The second season of the Frasier reboot subtly acknowledges the worst error made by the revival series, and it may even hint at future corrections. The show is a follow-up to the Emmy-winning classic sitcom of the same name, and it follows Dr. Frasier Crane over 20 years after the program's finale. Frasier returns to Boston following the passing of his father Martin Crane. The character first appeared on Cheers before moving on to his own comedy in Seattle, although Frasier's third act is very different from earlier incarnations. At the end of the Frasier series, Dr. Crane goes to Chicago with Charlotte. Between the original show and its revival, which lasted for 20 years, Frasier enjoyed a prosperous career hosting talk shows on television. However, the newly single, retired psychiatrist is ready to leave both Chicago and the Dr. Frasier Crane show behind him. Frasier can't seem to quit working, even though his decades on TV have made him wealthy. Frasier delivers a guest lecture at Harvard University in the reboot's pilot, and things go so well that he eventually gets hired by the psychology department of the university. Despite being a highlight on Season 1's early episodes, Frasier's tenure as a Harvard professor scarcely features into the reboot's sophomore appearance. The former TV host meets Professor Olivia Finch after his Oxford University friend Professor Alan Cornwall asks Dr. Crane to give a guest lecture to his students at Harvard. Olivia, the chair of Harvard's psychology department, and another new character in the Frasier reboot, is adamant about having the well-known and adored Frasier join the faculty. At first, Frasier rejects the notion, but after having encouraging conversations with Harvard students, he changes his mind. Naturally, Frasier also has the chance to make amends with his estranged son, Freddie, after relocating to Boston. There's no denying that thread takes precedence over Frasier's Harvard days. Most of the scenes in the show, if it makes it across the Charles River into Cambridge, take place in Frasier and Alan's offices. Although Frasier's radio program played a significant role in the original series, offering both poignant and humorous moments, the character's time as a Harvard professor isn't as important. Rather, the schoolteacher plot is completely ignored in the second season of the Frasier reboot. Unfortunately, Frasier's tenure as a Harvard University lecturer just isn't as effective as the character's iconic term as a radio talk show presenter. The radio show portions in the first season of Frasier sometimes matched other running plots or the themes of a particular episode. It also gave Grammer the opportunity to deliver some of Frasier's more memorable monologues in his trademark high brown style. The psychiatrist's specialty has always been giving advice, even when he goes overboard. Giving lectures to students just doesn't have the same humorous possibilities. Not to add, the pupils of Frasier aren't truly shown as characters in the show. Alan and Olivia, two of his co-workers, are prominent at work, but they also show up in scenes at Frasier's apartment, Mahoney's Pub, and other places. Characters from the original Frasier, such as Roz Doyle, came and went from the office, but other characters, like Bulldog, were restricted to the workplace. This gave Frasier's personal and professional lives a delightful division that the Frasier remake just can't seem to strike the same balance on. Maybe Roz's much-rumored transfer to Boston may change Frasier's trajectory yet again. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.